Hello everybody, thank you for tuning into another JD channel video. And today I'm broadcasting to you from the kitchen where I did my last, my maybe two previous shoe reviews ago. And today we're doing another unboxing. So today I was actually going to go over a pair of shoes that I had purchased a few weeks ago. And I was kind of going to give you an update, but realistically, if you remember what those shoes look like, the Nike Joyride CC3 setters, that pair of shoes kind of look like a big clunky kind of big boot style shoe, which actually was very difficult to put on. So what I did instead is I didn't want to give up on the technology, because the technology was a great idea. If you don't know what Joyride is it is a set of pods on the sole that have little balls inside them that contour to the way that you walk. So Joyride pretty much is kind of their own version of trying to compete with Adidas with their pods and Boost and of course like their previous Zoom Air. All those are great technologies, so I didn't want to give up on it. So instead I made a different purchase. I made another purchase which I exchanged the other pair for what they call the Nike Joyride Dual Run. Now, before I unbox this, let me tell you a little bit about it and why I decided to. Obviously, I kind of went over it, but there's a few differences with this pair compared to the other one. So, the Dual Run, unlike the previous pair of shoes, it does also feature the Joyride technology, which it has it in the heel and in the midsole. Now, unlike the Trendsetter CC3, that one, which had that kind of big bulky top, I guess I'll feature part of the video in this, that one had it also in the front of the shoe. Now, because it was such a big shoe, it made it difficult to kind of put on your feet, whereas this one, being a low top, at least I could just slip it on, which is what I intend to do. What I intend to do in this case is, this one I could do a review at least on what I think of it within a week, and at least I don't have to worry about trying to put it on, because that thing was difficult to put on. Because not only did you have to loosen up because I have a wide foot, on the top part it kind of had this weird kind of, I don't know how to describe it, just it didn't have the top like standard shoes where they would just have this tongue. It was sideways. And then you had to kind of maneuver your foot into it, pull it in, and then tie it up. And that practicality was not there. So my first thoughts obviously on this one is, it's really bright. I wanted kind of a dark color, but red actually works well because my, my 98s are this color, my Air Max 98s. Those I got at the outlet for a reasonable $40. I want to say about, 7-8 years ago, and they've stood me well. I mean, I've been wanting to retire them because I feel like at some point they're just going to go flat like my other Air Max items, because with Air Max they are a good cushioning system, but it seems like after years, and even sometimes if you just don't wear them, they might dry up and then they might go flat. Like I have an old pair from, what was that, 99 or 97, where it was in good condition when I put it away, aside from the fact that the shoe itself was tore up. The Air Max sole was actually decent. And then you look at it now, it just dried up. And then I have another pair of Air Foamposites, or they call it Total Foamposite Max, the really big clunky one. That one, I probably only wore a handful of times. I want to say probably less than 100. And that dried up too. And it's kind of sad because the sole, it basically yellowed all around it, whereas this looks like it should withstand a good amount of kind of wear. And the nice thing about it is, like I said, when you step on this, it'll contour to your feet and kind of have it move the way it wants, the balls, because this one has tons of them. Kind of weird that I'm saying balls, but see, there's the other one was green, so it's easier to see. This one, at least, it has all these balls that contour in them, which at least with that you can step the way you want and then it'll move the way it's supposed to. Or let me see if I can show it here. So you move These will move and contour the way to give you the best comfort for the layout and the way you walk. That is a nice thing, especially since this thing cost me $45, just like the other one. It was pretty much a straight exchange. The other one was worth $180, this one brand new was worth $130. It's kind of sad that I feel like I lost out a little, but even without this portion being the Joyride, I'm sure that this will still be comfortable, and I'll give you an update on that as soon as this thing goes on and I'm able to wear it for about a week or so. Because look at it, it has a nice fit and finish. This actually is good quality. The mesh top, of course, it's all shiny. Just trying to make sure the camera's not timing out here. And of course this one hasn't been used, so I tried on a pair at the store and then I found a pair that was unlaced. I mean, due to COVID, they're obviously only letting certain people into the store. So of course, limited numbers. 11.5. I would suggest going half a size bigger to a size bigger on what you normally wear. My foot itself fits in size 11 Nikes, sometimes 10.5, but very rarely. And this is an 11.5, and it fits perfectly in terms of the toe cap. As far as, say, shoes like Roshis or like that, I normally go with 12 because 11.5 is decent, but I see my foot poking out that I would suggest something bigger, which might be a concern actually with my golf pair. I believe that that's an 11.5 and it's leather. That might be a little harder. But I haven't even worn that pair, so I mean, I'm gonna tackle that as it goes. Fit and finish, good, of course. I'm looking at both pairs because I actually hadn't pulled out this pair. Normally, sometimes the ones at the outlet you see stitching issues. Sometimes you even see a B grade stamp. But this looks like it's good. It's not bad. Both shoes, equal. The pair I got at least doesn't look like it's been tried on. There's no issues as far as kind of like, I guess what you'd call defects. Normally you'd see a set that have defects. Kind of sad that this technology doesn't look like it's gonna follow if it's already at the outlets. I mean, I don't know if they're coming out with new Joyride technology shoes, but this technology already, like when you try it on, you're gonna realize it does feel very nice. It adapts to your foot like nobody can imagine, so I don't see why it didn't catch on. Because I mean, for a shoe that went from 130 to 45, that was concerning, but they're great looking shoes. They're great looking shoes for $45. Now obviously at 130 I would kind of take it with a grain of salt. Maybe $100, maybe 80 like the Roshis. But obviously with this kind of technology, you can't really go with it because I mean they tried 150 variations of foam to try to get this formula. So obviously that's expensive. I understand that they had to kind of make it so they can make a profit off of that, especially with that research. And it's a shame that, you know, it didn't catch on, especially since, you know, Retro J's and everything are dominating the market, as well as Boost is doing well still, but obviously it's going down. But let's see how this goes. I'm gonna give it a try it for a week, see how it works. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning into another JD channel video, and take care, and I hope you enjoy.